a pot on the stove. Allow the water to boil. And then when the water is boiling, just have a small opening and put your hand direct on that steam. Then just feel that and think about it. To say that's what I was exposed to for some minutes, and to my whole body from head to toes. And when it happened, I didn't know where's the exit. I could not see the exit.
Man, so now you wake up and you're in this condition. I want you to take us through to the acceptance where you look yourself in the mirror like, God, I was not like this, now I'm like this. Accepting that is like accepting the new person. I can just imagine.
Okay. Said to them, we've done all we know. We've done our part. Up to now is up to him and his God.
And that's where God's coming in. You see when the nurses says, we've done our part.
Yeah.
And God is like, can hear that and say, yeah, that's why I came in. When the human being fails, I start. Amazing, man. Welcome to the Derby Show. Of course, I cooperated on Christmas. You already know I'm doing the best show. Even James knows. Otherwise, on sound and camera, this thing is usual. I got my man James, and on my right, I got my man Ganda. Pela is one story at the time and one testimony at the time. James will tell me, hey, Chris, you're grace. Thank you so much to those who are keep on voting as we've been nominated as the podcast of the year. So please keep on voting. I see people sending me screenshot saying, Chris, we're voting. So yeah, keep on voting. The vote starts from 2.50 to 4 votes is 10 rand. So with your 10 rand, you can just do 4 votes. So you put your card number as well as the details. Then after that, you buy the votes. And from 10 rand, they deduct exactly that 10 rand. If you wanna use maybe 20 rand, if you wanna maybe use maybe 50 rand, 100 rand, it's up to you. You can use it even up to 1,000 rand. You can just bless us. So yeah, thank you. Yeah, inshallah, James. You can put it. We deserve it. Yeah. As long as this hour is gonna come home. Yeah. Another thing. There is a guest house in Pretoria. House of Beauty, a guest house that is good for abazalwane. You go in group. You can also you book. They have food tasting in Pretoria. So if you wanna go and you wanna be with your friends, right?
Yeah.
Like abazalwane, you can go with groups.
Yeah. Not plus if there's a night prayer.
You
can go there and sleep.
Yeah, that was interesting. Thank you, my brother. That was very interesting. Good see accommodate kakhulu abazalwane because akusiyo leyo ukuthi 4 hours 3 hours. So House of Beauty is in Pretoria. I think James, you're gonna put their details, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you go there if you need a night prayer and then ngabazalwane ufuna ukuya nothandaza ngithola indawo la nizothandaza khona. It's not far from the mountain. You can go also to the mountain and go and pray, and they prepare food for you. And the nice thing is like you can call and you discuss the price. Then they will tell you maybe it's about 10. Then they can tell you okay, sizonenzela kanje nokudla nifuna ukudla nizokusho ukuthi yazi sithi singabazalwane size for a prayer will like this kind of food. Then they will put it together for you guys. So it's very nice. Please contact them if mfuna ukuphuma ngabazalwane no because kunanendawo la kusontelwa khona futhi khona lapho niyahamba niyayisontela. So it's a very nice place to see. And I just know James sayibona basibiza. So it's a very nice place for abazalwane. So we recommend that. Otherwise, I'm sure we're on Grace. Ganda is back.
Yes, we are on Grace.
We can do it now.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Ubuyile tata.
I'm back.
Or you back like you never left.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's back like never left. Litsini ixesha ke tata.
Ixesha likaYesu.
Ixesha likaYesu.
Ixesha likaThixo. Grace.
I love every time, man, when we on grace. Yeah, my brother. Abantu abafuna advertise kumele beze basifonele singabe advertise. Yeah, if you want to advertise your product, you just contact us. Now we can create a nice package for you to advertise your product. Maybe kuzoba ney'nkonzo and stuff. We can also do that. You can just call us and we'll do that. Or also our t-shirts are available on the Run. So I see ukuthi abantu bayawa order. So we want to ithi ukuthi ibe ne bulk earning. So siye once yabo siphinde sibuye siye ne bulk earning. So please order the t-shirts. Take our numbers, WhatsApp us, usitshela ukuthi wena ufuna iphi color and ufuna siphi scripture, then grace upon grace. I want my brother here, James said, "Oh Chris, I got a testimony to share. I think it will be fair if I give him a chance to introduce himself and give us the background." My brother, welcome to the show and so on.
Master Chris.
Yes, my brother.
Yes. Nalina laga ke Madingwanyane.
Oh, ma.
Madingwanyane.
Okay, what does that mean?
Kilina la Sepedi.
Oh.
Yes, but ke Sepedi. I would say kilina le lore kili inheritile from my grandfather and then lena inheritile from his grandfather. So ka Sepedi tsamaya ka tsela e. If Kelly first born and then I have a son, my son will be named after my father. Oh. So that name, it has been rolling exactly. So now ke Madingwanyane. Wa ga Manaiwa ke Mopedi ke tswa Limpopo.
Oh,
yes. Ke tswa Limpopo ga Sekhukhune land, yes.
Okay.
Straight ke tswa ga Seroka.
Oh. No, brother, thank you so much.
Yes. I know my name is a bit difficult.
Yeah.
It has got about 13 letters.
How much?
13 letters.
Sure, bro.
Yes.
You were struggling when you were a kid to write your name.
No, actually, when I was a kid, I used, you say it's a Christian name, the English one. So, but now as I grew up, as I faced life,
yeah,
I felt like, no, this is my real name.
Yeah.
Madingwanyane.
Because now the Christian one is Chris. So I used to struggle to write my name. I used to say Rich.
Yes.
It was bad, man. Yeah, I used to say Rich. So I almost said Risk.
So yeah, I think as I grew up, I grew up to appreciate this name, which I inherited from my grandparents, because I think the story of my life it requires me to appreciate the name. Yes,
that's deep, man. And thank you so much to those who are watching ad, who are not skipping ad. We see the difference. You guys, 68% of you are watching and you don't skip ads. So thank you so much for that. We really appreciate it. Please, even now, if you're watching now, be the one or skip on my ads. So we're gonna get paid. So thank you so much to those who are not skipping ads. You can see the difference. About today, no longer skipping ads, and thank you so much for that. We are humbly grateful. So yeah, my brother, can you take us from the beginning when you grow up, man? What kind of the kid you were?
Okay. I will first start by saying before birth, my mother told me or his father was told that your second daughter will have a son. And then now, when she felt pregnant, and I was born, but the instruction was that I was to be named Opa. Opa is from obviously Afrikaans, meaning a grandfather.
Yeah.
So now, hence I was saying I grew up to appreciate the name because at some point I realized that I look like my grandfather. So now, after I was born, actually I'm the first grandchild in both families, my mother's side and my father's side. And then when I grew up, I was staying with my grandmother, Mewaka. So, Mewaka Kimsioni, one lady. And then Karabuntato Waka Kimasioni, Aleba. So, meaning, I know both churches.
Because you'll go with your father, you'll go with your mother.
Exactly. And then growing up, Lokoko, it was actually it was amazing. I think I always draw from the experiences. For instance, I'll make an example, and I'm still like that. If ke tswa strateng only problem are my peers are bullying me, she would say to me, I know, ngwanaka mo tlogele o itulele mo gae modimo tla mmona. That's what she would say. I was scared, don't fight back, modimo tla mmona. And then even though at that point it felt a bit foolish to say,
because you want someone who's gonna go there physically and beat them.
Exactly.
When you're a kid, yeah.
So now I think it was because I remember and then it's just me and her. And then now there was no time to exercise masculinity and all that. So I did not really fight back, but only physically I did not fight back. But not fighting back is already rana this picture through my thoughts to say, but this is not right. So and then every night she would pray. I would be like that, not fight back, but I would enjoy life. I was one of those talkative kids. I easily made friends, and it was not easy for people just to attack me. It was not easy for people just to bully me around, because I was very friendly. I was always talking, always laughing. Yeah, so for you to bully me, you had to create a reason. And of course, there were those few individuals who would create a reason. But from time to time, I'll be defended by random people who knows me for being a nice public person. Yes. So now, after I grew up, obviously with my grandmother, I've learned a lot from her. And then when I was doing grade 3, then I moved from KUNENE to Pretoria, Atteridgeville. Okay, I stayed at Atteridgeville it was about only a year. And then with the family, we moved to Witbank. Witbank, not exactly Witbank, but there's a small location called Paula.
That's I see Paula.
Yes. I stayed there until I was in matric. So after that, then after matric, I went to start my apprenticeship, start working, and start raising my own family.
Oh.
Up to now.
You have a wife and kids?
I have a wife, very beautiful wife.
Oh, man.
And a very strong wife. Yeah, there's a lot I can say about her, but for now
Beautiful
it's about
things, yeah.
yeah. For now it's about the
Your
story.
journey, yeah.
Yes. I've got kids, 3 beautiful kids.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, to be honest, I think I'm blessed.
You are, man. You are.
I'm blessed to have a wife such as that one.
Loving.
I'm blessed to have kids such as the ones I have. I couldn't choose to change anything.
Bro.
Yeah. The only thing I know is that there's always a room for improvement, but I don't think I would choose to alter anything.
To have another family?
Yes. Yeah.
Or to have another wife?
This is...
I always say I want to be the best husband to my wife. You know, because to be a best husband to your wife, it gives like the healthy life, even the healthy family, healthy kids. So I always say, if I can be a best husband to my wife, that's it. I will have the happy life.
Yeah, to be honest with you, Chris, through life I've learned that to be the best is to be yourself. Yeah, to be the best is to be yourself, to be who you are whenever you are breathing, whenever you are awake. Try to be yourself. I know there's a lot of things, there's a lot of role model for us to look up to, but we must try to be ourselves, because we will really struggle to be satisfied if we keep trying to be somebody else.
Hey man, that's a big one, because now if I'm saying I want to be the best husband to my wife, that means I'll keep on trying, then I'll never find peace, because I have to be that good husband to your wife, to my wife. Then I can't be myself. Yeah, man.
And you don't know that actually I wouldn't like us to go to that route, because we'll end up now analyzing the dynamics of relationships. You see, so you'll never know what your wife expects. You'll never know the ideal husband your wife has in her thoughts. So
because these people have been fantasizing since they were young, man.
Yeah, so because you'll only know what she tells you. Even if you ask, you'll only know what she tells you, and she can decide to tell you something just to keep you at ease, you know. So the best thing you can do is just to be yourself. When you're angry, just be yourself. When you're happy, just be yourself. Yeah. And then if she's not happy about something, then she'll have to say, no, you know what, Chris, I'm not happy with 1, 2, 3. Because there's no way you can connect your senses, you know, your mind to hers.
I think what you're trying to say is like just make it easy for her to open up. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Create an environment so it's going to be the friendly environment at home where your wife can be easy to say, hey, I didn't like that.
Yeah, I think just to sum it up when it comes to that, and I think that this goes for all of our beliefs, your Christianity, your African ways, your Islamic and all that. do unto others what you expect them to do unto you. You can read the whole Bible from Genesis to Revelations. As long as you can't do that, then you still have a long way to go. Before you do something to someone, before you do something to your wife, just think about it to say, okay, if I hit her, then will I allow
someone to hit me?
Exactly. So I think that's the base of everything. Yeah.
Man, now you're working. How did you meet your
okay. How did I meet my wife? I think when I was doing grade 8, I was
high school sweetheart.
No, I did not meet her then. But when I was in grade 8,
you dream about it.
When I was in grade 8, what happened is I literally stopped playing like my age group in grade 6 and 7. And then when I'm in grade 8, I was already thinking of having a family, asking myself,
you probably were old.
how many kids and all that. So I met her when I was in grade 10.
In school?
Yes, high school.
Yeah, I'm jealous of people who have these girlfriends from school. I don't even know them where they are. Can you please, high school girlfriend, can you show up? I'm dying here. Bro, I don't like this. you are blessed, man.
Yeah, so and even before I meet her, I said to a friend of mine, because how I met her is that I was chatting to a friend of mine, saying, you know what, I'm really, really looking for somebody to be serious with. And then he said to me, no, there's this person, but you can't find her on the streets. We'll have to, get her out of her mother's house, and then you can meet her. So we must make a plan. And then I said, okay, no, if you make a way for us to meet, and then I propose a relationship to her, and then she agrees. If she agrees, and then that will be, my permanent. And then the friend of mine made means, and then we met. And then we spoke. I did not go that route of us singing a national anthem to say, yeah, no, I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, and then start praising her. No, I just went straight to the point to say, you know what? I'm here with this issue. I want you to be my wife. I love you. And it's for the first time I met her. It's for the first time I see her. But I decided even before I can meet her to say, if we talk and then she agrees, then it becomes my wife. And then on the same day, we started dating. And then from then on until now.
Sure, bro. How many years is that?
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not good with numbers, eh?
But plus or minus.
If now I've got my firstborn son already completed matric, so you can.
Man, you're old.
You can just think of it. I think it's more than now. It's more than 30.
Sure. Bro, you look young. I thought, you're on your 30s.
Let me see. I think it should be more than 25 years, because my firstborn son is already 21.
Sure.
Actually, he's 20. He's gonna turn 21. Yes.
Oh man, amazing. You guys have to give us the receipt. How do you stay for 25 years with the same person?
And okay, here's the thing. There are a lot of things happening. As I've said to you, I was brought up by ZCC old women. But now when I was doing grade 8, I joined the charismatic church. You know, they started reading a Bible and all that. But now, sorry, I liked the Bible stories. I like them so much. Even now, I always refer to them. There's a verse in the Bible which says, "To God, the foolish things they are wise things, and then the ones that we perceive them as wise, they are foolish to God." So, for me, first thing I did not consume alcohol. Not that I thought of it as being a sin, but I just thought of it as being unhealthy. And then I grew up not eating pork. Because now from my grandmother's church, it's not supposed to be consumed. That's how I took it. But as I grew up, I realized, no, it's just because of health. Because if you go to the Bible, before the Israelites could venture into the wilderness, they were given a diet. And then would argue to say you should eat this, you should not eat that. But the bottom line is that diet had to do with their journey. If you know your journey is long, you'll check what you eat. But if you know that you from around here, then you can eat anything because you don't need longevity. So,
because what you eat is what you are.
What you eat is what you become, you like it or not. Even if you can read the story of Daniel, they chose not to eat from the table of the king. So again, referring to us as a country now, South Africa, before this fancy food was not available to us, alcohol was not really available to us, we were healthy back then. We lived longer compared to now. We did not have these cancers compared to now. But now everything is available to us. We eat whatever we want. We eat pork.
It was hard to eat eggs at home.
Exactly.
When they're eating chicken, I was eating the head and the legs.
You see, feet. Exactly. So now your diet determines your lifespan.
My brother, thank you so much. Let's get to an now you with your wife, and maybe to try to sum it up, like the incident that you got into, then how did it affect you? And can you take us for that day? I know, man, to go back might kind of be hard, and because it's a sensitive issue, but can you give someone at home a picture where that day you waking up and what happened exactly? Can you take us through to that incident?
Okay. It was just a normal day. For me, I have a routine. I wake up very early. At about 4 o'clock every day I'm awake.
Wow.
And then obviously be the first one to take a bath, and then when the kids wake up, I'm already
up.
Ready, yeah. And then now, every day when I leave to work, I have to say goodbye to my wife. I always give her a hug, a kiss goodbye. Even when I go to a shop, I have to say, I'm coming back, I'm just going to the shop.
You really love your wife, man.
That's the kind of a person I am. But as you say, you really love your wife. Somebody might not see it like that, but anyway, that will be a topic for another day.
Yeah, because some people can go for 2 months without kissing their wives and they come back. So even if you do that, going to the shop, man, it's amazing.
Yeah. The thing is, this is the person I'm living with. This is the person I've entrusted my life to. So I have to, from time to time check, are you okay? And the only way to check that she's okay is giving her a hug and a kiss goodbye. Then I'll know that, okay, she's still fine.
Hey man, that's very interesting, man. I need a hug. Yeah.
Yeah, so
yeah, man. Let's go back to the day then. Yeah.
Yes. Now, on that day, that's how it happened, and then I went to work. So now I'm at work. It was almost knock-off time, because during the day it was normal. Everything is like normal. You don't even feel, because some people say, I felt that something is going to happen, but that day I felt nothing. Yeah, it felt normal. And then, but there was that to say, okay, there's this activity that we need to perform, but I felt like, okay, no, let me just keep it idling. I'll see it maybe towards knock-off time. And then at about knock-off time, I went to where I had to do the activity. And then I just did my inspection. And then after that, I received a call from my father saying that one of my grandparents passed away. And then I told him that, okay, no, it's fine. I'll talk to my supervisor, then the following day I'll come home so that we can go together to do the arrangement. But now, I think it was about only maybe a minute after I put down the call. And then there was that explosion, but it was not really explosion of like fire explosion. It was just because now there was a steam pipe that had pressure on, and then it ruptured. So now the steam came out of the pipe. And then it was, you can imagine if maybe you fill this room with steam, you're obviously going to get burned. You see. And then, so the whole area shook, and then it was dust all over all of the sudden. And then within a split of a second, it was very, very hot. So just think about it this way. If you put a pot on the stove, allow the water to boil, and then when the water is boiling, just have a small opening and put your hand direct on that steam. Then just feel that and think about it. To say that's what I was exposed to for some minutes, and to my whole body from head to toes. And when it happened, I didn't know where's the exit. I could not see the exit. So I was looking for the exit, and it was very dark at that point in time. So the pain was so deep to a point that I felt like, no, today is my day. Today I'm dying. And then, of which, before I used to ask myself, really, how am I going to die? Am I going to be shot at, or am I going to be stabbed with a knife, or am I just going to sleep and never wake up? Or was I going to be involved in an accident? And then that day I had time, I had time to think and, say, God, I'm ready now. Yeah, I had time to say, God, I'm ready, you can take me. And I had no worry. I was like, no, this
There's
pain
no
is-
one in this space now.
Yeah, no, I was just there. I was there with a friend, and then okay, we went separate ways, and he did not survive, and yeah, actually I did not want to talk about that part.
Yeah.
But for me, I felt like, okay, I have to make it quicker. I have to die quicker because the pain is unbearable and I'm not dying. And I tried to jump over to the lower level, thinking, let's say maybe the height of about more than 50 meters height, and then I wanted to jump over. I imagined myself going all the way down, and then, just dying on the way. And then when I jumped, okay, I eventually got an area where I can jump over to the lower level. But when I jumped, I thought I'm going to go all the way down, only to realize that I'm just falling over to the next level, of which maybe it could be a height of jumping from a roof.
So down.
Yes. But the amazing thing is, I remember before I jumped over, I had this thing of saying, I can't see the way, I'm in pain, and, I don't know the exit. It means I'm done because I'm in pain. So when I woke up after jumping over, the first amazing thing for me that I still can't, understand is that when I fell, no bone was broken on my body. I could have fell with my head, I could have fell with my hands for them to break, I could have fell with my legs, but I don't know, I just fell flat and no part was broken. And then when I woke up there, I had this, now this hope to say, yes, I'm still in pain, but I'm not dying today. I had this hope now to say, you know what, I'm gonna come out here. If I die, I have to die trying. I have to die walking. I have to die fighting. When I woke up there, I had hope, and I don't know. But the pain was still there because I'm still in the same area. The steam is still there. And I'm still, I think maybe the voice, I cried until I lost my voice. And then still I could not see the way. I had to use my hands to feel if I'm reaching any structure or colliding with anything. Until, you know what, I'll use this as an example. For instance, like now, as you are looking at me, there's a conversation running in your mind, isn't it?
Yeah.
Obviously, you are thinking and contemplating what I'm saying, and you want to ask something and all that. So after I woke up, there was a conversation running in my mind to say, no, you're not dying today. I said, okay, I'm not dying. So now what next? No, you're gonna try and keep walking, and you're gonna use your hands to feel if you're gonna collide with anything, but you'll keep walking, even though you don't know the exit.
So there's no one who's trying to help here.
There's no one there.
They are all they went home.
Everyone was outside, but now as people are seeing what's happening, they are trying to get ways of coming in. But now it was so tricky, it was so scary. They were trying to get ways to come in, but you can't commit suicide because you are trying to help someone. You must get a safe way of coming to rescue. You see, so it was so scary to that point that they were trying ways to come in. So as I was using my hands trying to figure out my way out, it's like there's this conversation saying to me, no man, look on your far right. When I look on my far right, through that darkness, I could see a very small light far ahead, very small one. And then I started, okay, saying, no, it means maybe there can be something there. I started walking towards it, and then I would bump into structures, and then eventually I'll maneuver until I get to the light. And then when I got to the light, I realized that, oh, okay, this light is an exit door. It was just slightly open. Then I got out. But I was so tired when I got out. I was really, really, really exhausted. And then after getting out, it was around October. So during October, it's very hot.
Yeah.
Very, very, very hot. So after getting out, I lied flat because I was still on the roof. I lied flat on the roof and slept a very deep sleep. But it felt like someone is saying, hey man, wake up. Whatever that happened in there, what if it's still going to happen here and then you'll die this time? And then I woke up. I tried to walk. On that day, I wished I had a stick, because I was exhausted. I wish I had a stick to support myself while walking. And then because I was on top of the roof, I looked down. As I'm saying that the height, it was more than 50 meters. And then I thought of jumping. But another thought said, no man, this time you'll die. This time you'll really die, don't do that. And then I walk over to the other side and get my way down. On my way down, I got some few colleagues standing there. Remember, they just see me, but because there's no fire around me, it's like, what's happening with you? You are crying. Why are you crying? And then I explained to them to say, guys, I'm burning. Please call the ambulance.
It was not shown at that time.
No, you could not see. It's just like if you get burned by steam now, it will take some minutes before you can see a blister, isn't it? Yes. So for me, at that point in time, there was no blisters as in yet. So I explained to them to say, guys, I'm burning where I am. Please just call the ambulance. I really need help. And then immediately after they accepted the message to say, yes, no, we're getting help for you, I fell down. I normally say when I talk to people narrating that day, I normally say, I don't think when I was born I cried like that. You see, at that moment when I realized that help is now at hand, I cried. I cried like
because of pain or realizing that you get.
I think the pain also was getting deeper because now my body is getting settled. Now, meaning the adrenaline is going back to normal. So now the pain is cutting deep now. So I really cried. Yeah, to be honest, that one, I don't believe that when I was born, I cried like that. And what I would normally become emotional of is when it happened that at some point, there was, where I was lying and crying, there was a door next to, and then inside there in that room, there was an aircon, and then somebody opened, and then I could feel that there's a cooler air from this side. And then I said, please take me in there. They said, no, help is coming, because they could not understand what's going on. And then they said, help is coming, help is coming. And then I had to wait there until at long last, and then the help was there, and I was stretchered out. And then I was taken to the ambulance. And when I was in the ambulance, the guy, I think the paramedic was trying to check if I'm still okay upstairs. He asked me if I've got a wife. I told him my wife's name. He asked for my wife's number. I gave him my wife's number. How many kids do you have? I told him I've got 3. Told him their names. And then he said to me, okay, no, that's fine. We'll help you. I couldn't wait to get that help. Until when eventually they started administering the sedation gas. They put the mask on me. I couldn't wait to go onto that sleep mode.
At least.
Yeah. Even when I was sleeping, the satisfaction of moving away from the pain. So I listened each and every moment when I went into a deep sleep. I still remember even the distances. So as to say, when you got to this point, that's where I went completely onto a sleep mode. So that's more like it. What I can remember on the day of the incident. Then everything from there until the day I wake up is mostly things that I was told to say. From here, this is what happened. From there, this is what happened.
Man, so now you wake up and you're in this condition. I want you to take us through to the acceptance where you look yourself in the mirror like, God, I was not like this, now I'm like this. Accepting that is like accepting the new person. I can just imagine.
Okay. I believe, I really believe that before anything can happen to anyone, the person get prepared first. Before you become Christ, there was a preparation done. Everything that you go through, the things you consider as struggles, the things you consider as your successes, you were prepared and built for those things.
Yeah.
So for me, this was something that was coming.
Couldn't feel it?
I couldn't feel it, but when I look back, because I remember a year before that, because this happened in 2018. So a year before that, in 2017, there are things that happened. And then even years before that, there are things that happened. When I look back on those things, I think, no. Because in 2014, a friend of mine came to me and asked me to join, this multi-level marketing. And then I started selling their products. So now through selling those products, that's when I started exercising and, focusing on my health. Like my health was everything from 2014. And then in 2018, because of some challenges that I have or I had at that point in time in life, I started watching your channels like TBN. I started watching the motivational speakers. I started reading books. So I decided to read the Bible from Genesis to Proverbs. Sorry. And then I would see stories to say Abraham had a conversation with God. Moses had a conversation with God. Joseph had a conversation with God. Nebuchadnezzar, had an encounter. So, and then
Job lost it all.
Exactly. And then I said to one old man that I'm working with, I said to him, you know what? I see we are reading the Bible. I see we are going to churches. I see, we say all sorts of things, and then you'll have a church leader saying God said 1, 2, 3 to me, and then, but for me, I haven't encountered that as in yet. It doesn't mean I don't believe, because these stories I read in the Bible, they shape my mind in a certain direction. But the thing is, I haven't had an experience like those guys that I read of in the Bible. And then that was in 2017. And then in 2018, this happened. And then when it happens to me, it was like, you know what? I think this is the answer for me to say, God is there. God doesn't have a color. God doesn't have a shape. You can't you can't get grip of him and say this is God. And because there's somewhere where he said to Moses, you know what, Moses, you can't really see me. I will have to close your eyes and pass, and then you shall see my glory.
So God wants us to see the glory.
Yes. So at that point in time, I was saying, God, I want to see the burning bush or anything. You see. So when this incident happened, for me, I felt like, you know what, my ideas, my level of intelligence is limited, because I had already accepted that it's over. I didn't know the exit. I had no strength.
And God gave you strength and showed you the exit.
Exactly. And then from there, obviously I went to the hospital. And then in the hospital, the doctor, after treating me for the very first day, he treated me for some hours in the theater, and then when he came out, obviously the family and everyone will be expecting a report, so as to say, what does the doctor say? And then the doctor came out. They say he said to them, we've done all we know. We've done our part. Up to now is up to him and his God.
And that's where God's coming in. You see, when the nurses says, we've done our part.
Yeah.
And God is like, can hear that and say, yeah, that's why I came in. When the human being fails, I start. Amazing, man.
So they've done their part. And then now it was up to him. And then he said they have to give me 24 hours because they shouldn't celebrate that I'm stabilized. They should wait for 24 hours because I can still, be overcome by shock or trauma. And then after the first 24 hours I survived, he said, no, give him another day.
Another one, yeah.
And then after the other one said, no, let us give him a week. And then it went on and on and on and on. I was in coma for something like plus minus 4 months, they say. I was wrapped in the bandages.
The whole body.
The whole body, including the eyes. So apparently, when they first open the first eye, just to remove the bandages so that they can see that, okay, there's the eye. It was like a great milestone to the whole family at large. So now, slowly they started removing the bandages, and but I was still in coma. Then I stayed there in the ICU for, I think it's for more than 4 months. And then after that, I can't be so sure when exactly did I wake up, because I was awake but still sedated. So meaning, I remember is 80% of the body pain. So you wouldn't know where is the pain coming from, whether it's from the right hand leg, the left, you see. So I was always sedated, and it's very, very intensive. So when I wake up, I could not speak.
No.
I could not speak because there was a pipe here, and then even eating, I was fed through the machines. I was breathing through the machines and all those things. So yeah, it was hectic. So after that, obviously it was an everyday thing to say there will be these beeping machines and all that. Now there were moments that I would be in pain, and 1 minute, it was a very long time for me. 5 minutes, I would count from the time I wake up to say, I can't wait for sunset. And then even if the sunset comes, I know, I wish it will pass the next morning, and then it's the next sunset.
You sleep.
Yeah. And sometimes I would wish for sunset but could not sleep. So when I wake up, I had accepted the situation, to be honest with you.
And when your movement are strong, because like I never, through your conversation, I don't pick up where you say, Chris, I wanted to kill myself.
No,
you always wanted to survive.
It's only once. It's only once where I jumped over.
Yeah, but
yes,
I'm saying
after that.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying you're mentally strong, because during that process of pain, and now you can see now my skin has changed, and you like, but still I wanna live. You see?
Okay, what the moment, one moment that broke me emotionally about the changes in my body is when I realized that these fingers on this side were chopped. Okay, I was okay with this side because they amputated the left-hand side. And then when I woke up, I realized that, okay, already I don't have fingers this side. But, I used to, I don't know, to feel better when I look at this hand without fingers. And then I think somehow, there was hope in me to say, this side, they will leave it with fingers. Until one day, I had already woken up that time. And then until one time, they take me to the theater. When I come back, they were chopped. And then when I realized that they were chopped off, I started crying.
You're not ready.
As soon as I was crying, lucky enough, my mom was there. Then my mother said to me, come on. Ngwanaka, uka survive such a big thing. Watlolela minwana. I mean, you're from far. If we look back, you
from
come.
The building.
Exactly. So now, 4 fingers. And then there and there I was okay. And then I was thinking to myself to say, I started having thoughts to say, this is not the worst. Yes, I understand.
You've been through the worst, man. This is the process.
Yeah. And even thinking about how I would look after everything has happened, I felt like, no, this is not the worst. There are people who are going through the worst.
Did you ever thought at some time like your wife will leave you?
No. And I never thought of that.
You never doubted?
The thing is, I believe that I was in a fighting mode for survival. I was disconnected from most of the things. I did not worry whether I was naked or whether I was clothed, or like the only thing it was that, okay, I'm still alive. That's what used to run through my mind. To say what's happening outside, it was
not an important thing.
Yeah. I used to, during those days, I felt like I'm alive. This is my life.
Man, in that difficult situation, what is your prayer when you're going through that kind of? Because I feel like it's like the worst situation a human being can be. What is your prayer, man, at that point?
I was not praying, but I believe people were praying for me. But I was not praying. I was not even in a praying mode, but I just had the feeling that people are praying. And indeed, when I wake up and when I came to my senses, there would be people coming in saying, "My brother, can I pray with you?" I said, "Okay." And then next day is another person. I don't know them. They'll say, "My brother, can I pray with you?" I said, "Okay." But for me, I was not. The thing is, you see, that's the challenge I have with how, or is it our language? Not really that I was not praying, but I was thinking, I was meditating. So I had desires. So my belief is that your desires are deeper than the standing saying, "God, do 1, 2, 3 for me." And I normally compare desires to Hannah's prayer when he prayed for Samuel. There was a point where she was praying, and then the priest said, "Are you drunk?" She said, "No, I'm just pouring my heart to God." So when you are on that level, you are deep in your thoughts. So for me, it was what was running through my mind. It was that, you know what, God, I know I'll never see a structure that would be referred as God. I know I'll never see a living being or a sizable thing that I would say, this is God. But I know your power is there. That's what I could say. Those were my thoughts. To say, you know what, you've answered all my prayer, and no one will change my mind about this.
Powerful, man. Tell me the day where you were like, okay, now you're leaving the hospital, you're going home to your wife. How was the reception or the welcoming?
Okay. Actually, I never wanted to go home.
Why?
I felt like they don't have resources. As much as they love me, but they don't have resources to handle my situation.
What resources could be?
Okay. First thing, I could not sleep. I could not sleep.
Oh, you thought
And
if you
then-
go home, you're going to become more burdened.
Yes, I'm going to give them, more responsibilities. And another thing, I thought of myself like I'm going to be demanding because I still had skin craft. When they do a skin craft on you, they remove skin from one part of your body and paste it on the damaged part. And then now that skin is still going to die and peel off. So you can imagine my whole body was peeling off. And then now I still have to sleep on the bed, the linens there, My wife still have to take care of the kids and myself, you see. So at some point, I would be at my brother's place. My father would be there, And then eventually I would be at my place with my wife. But still, it was demanding. But my thinking at that point in time, when I went home now, the reception, I feel like it was it was good because they really understood that we come a long way. We come a long way, but now what was left, it was for me to fight for my position in the whole thing. Because they can do their part. But if I would fail to accept and fit in, then it will be a greatest challenge. Otherwise, it will break everyone. So I had to accept myself. When I went home, I still had dressings from my heels to my limbs, and then from here up to there, and then at that point in time, I remember I could not even walk 5 kilometers because of sleeping on the bed for a longer time. You lose walking ability.
Yeah, it's true.
So I had to go through physio to do all those things. So the first thing I did when I got home, I said I want to go for shopping.
Shopping what?
No, I wanted to go to the mall with those dressings, and I was still pink in color. The scar was not healed as in yet, but I wanted to go to the mall.
What you wanted to buy, my brother? Then?
No, I wanted to do window shopping and see people and live a normal life like everybody. Yeah, I never wanted to hide.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never wanted to. I wanted everyone to
see me and accept me as I am now.
If you reject, it's your own issue.
It's your own issue,
Yeah,
true.
but if you ask what happened, I'll tell you this is what happened.
Yeah, brother, that's very...
Yeah. So I remember the very first time I went into a shopping center, I got to this old grand woman, and then she said to me, "Son, what happened?" I said, "No, I got injured, so and so and so." She said, "Is it bad?" I said, "No, it's bad, but it's not the worst." And then she said, "But how are you feeling?" I said, "No, I'm feeling okay. Sometimes I'm in pain, sometimes I'm better, but I'm
life
okay."
goes on.
Yeah, life goes on. And then obviously at that point in time, the sedation was not there anymore. I would take painkillers And then from time to time started walking and going around chatting to people, especially when it came to how I looked. The scars, the fingers, and I thought to myself, am I the first one to live without those things? Some people don't have hands.
That's all completely.
Yeah.
Some they can't walk.
Yeah.
I see you driving, man. How do you drive your car?
Exactly. That's another point, because I remember when I got out of hospital, my father actually was really, really worried to say I won't be able to drive. So I said, it was fixed in my mind that I'm going to drive.
So you're trying to say everything's in your mind?
Yes. It was fixed in my mind. I remember my father gave up his car and gave it to me because it's an automatic. I said to him, I can drive my car. He said, no, I'm giving this one to you. So I used my father's car. But this one is a manual. I'm driving it. I drove a manual straight from hospital. While I was still weak, I drove it. So everything is you know what? Everything is in your mind. Everything. Even God is in your mind. That's how far I believe in this.
How is your heart, man, now?
You see, you're talking about your heart. My mind. My heart is just pumping blood. But my mind is okay. I'm just fighting like you. You're daily hustling, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, I do that.
Hustle every day.
Hustle every day.
Got a question?
Yeah. Hey, my brother, I wanted to ask, do you still work
Yes.
Company?
Yes.
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 Yeah, I shied away from that because he said this, so he can't.
Yeah,
so I didn't want to get deep into
actually, I don't want to go into that,
yeah.
but to be honest, they gave me the best reception. Yeah. You know what? I know there's always this and that, but I'm on a good space. Yeah, I'm on a good space. They've taken a good care of me there. Then, yeah, I couldn't falter them in any way. Even for this to happen, I believe that is something that was beyond anyone's control. I normally say it was an appointment between me and my maker.
It had to happen.
It had to. No one could stop it.
Man, shout out to your company. We're not gonna say anything, but shout out to your company because most of the companies, when you become to a situation like this, they just wanna move away. Yeah. So they came through, and we say we need companies like that. You see, taking care of your workers, even if.
Yeah, I think most of the time is not really companies. It's just like now, if maybe I can take you a bit out of this one, we have best policies as a country. Best policies, like they are good, but the problem is they can't apply themselves. Somebody needs to come and apply them. You see, so all these companies, they've got
the same policy.
Exactly.
They can just do exactly as your company did, but there's a human who decide not to apply.
That's my belief. But what I would like to say is, your mind is everything. In the beginning, I said to you, before you become Chris, you got prepared on how are you going to be. One thing I did not mention to you is that before this accident, I bought a book. I bought a book. Remember I said to you I read the Bible from Genesis to Proverbs.
Yeah.
And then now I bought a book. How I bought this book? Every day after work I would go and pick up the tins, like the recycling guys. I wanted to prove to myself that I can get money without anything. And then I picked those tins, and then from there I'll take them to the scrapyard. Yeah. And then when I got there, after I've picked up those tins, I took them to the scrapyard, and then they gave me 300 rand, I remember. And then I topped it up. I bought a book by Joseph Murphy, The Power of Subconscious Mind. I so wish that it could be a subject. There could be a curriculum just to teach people how powerful our minds are, whether working for us or working against us. So for me, that is what was ringing in my mind when I came back.
You were
because
prepared.
I read this book. After reading it, I gave it to my son. So, but the information was ringing in my mind. I only realized that this book was ringing in my mind a year after I have already started with my healing process. When I went to my son's room, I found it. I said, this is my book.
Yeah, man. What I'm taking here is that the power of the mind, as well as before you became, you got prepared. You see, because I always hear people say, hey, when Chris, your job is just to sit down and talk to people. I'm like, yes, it's a blessing. But if I can give you this thing, I'm saying running it, you'll give it to me. You'll say, in a day, you'll say, Chris, take it.
Definitely.
So I got prepared first to run it.
No one can do Chris.
Even if you try.
Yeah, no one can. It may sound like a cliche. You see, for anyone to be me, will have to go through what I went through. You can say whatever you like about me. You can think whatever you like about me. Is for you. I'm just like, for instance, if you read, have you noticed that the Bible is one, but the interpretations are many? So if you read my life, you can see the negative and you can see the positive. Not that I am negative. It's just that you are negative. You can only see in me what you are. So for me, I wanted to be fine. Some said I'm an attention seeker, but I wanted to be fine. I wanted to be normal. I wanted to be up and about. Yeah. I would make jokes about the issue of me not having fingers, me not having ears, as if it's nothing. But to be honest with you, I used to love and admire my looks before. But now, I'm in love with how I look now. I got to learn how to accept my new self.
Without a doubt.
Without even being bitter. Okay. Are you going to reject yourself the day you grow old? Do you think you'll be able to do that channel O of yours when you grow old?
No.
No. You're going to have wrinkles. Are you going to reject yourself?
No.
Exactly.
I have to learn to love myself the way I am at that particular time.
Just love yourself with the evolving process that you are going through.
I used to wear skinny jeans.
Yeah.
I used to love it, man. I used to look cool and I'm seeing now I'm growing. I'm like, hey, I don't even care about the fashion. I just wear clothes, comfortable. can't be tied. And I'm loving that. You see?
Yeah.
So I believe you.
To be honest with you, for me, I think it's more of a mind game than anything else.
Power of your mind.
Yeah, it's more of a mind game. If you tell yourself that no, I don't want to accept, you don't want to. So you are telling your mind to reject it. So for me, I accepted myself even before the question of acceptance kicks in.
Brother. What's up, James?
1 hour 20.
Hey, we've been talking. My brother, in closing, what can you just tell people? Some, they are in the wheelchair, some they are walking with the sticks. They like, hey, I hate my life. And you hear, you're like, I love my life. What can you tell the person at home who's sitting down who's like, hey, I used to walk with my 2 feet. Today I'm sitting down in a wheelchair and I wish God can take my life.
Yeah, most of the time my challenge with such question is that it's difficult for me to tap into anyone's mind to see what really a person is struggling with. But what you believe is exactly that. If I believe that, Chris, you are my enemy, you are exactly that. If I believe that Chris will save me, you know what? Your mind is powerful. It will give you ideas. It will trigger something to trigger Chris' mind for Chris to save you. It's only a matter of how you believe. At first, there was no wheelchair. You talk of a wheelchair. At first, there was no wheelchair. But somebody felt a pain for people who can't walk. Why would this person feel a pain? He or she was touched by somebody else's thoughts to build a wheelchair.
Was feeling somebody's pain, was empathizing, because there's sympathizing and empathizing, but he was empathizing, getting exactly to the shoes of those people who are walking with it.
So now, there's a process of normalizing things. You can normalizing your disability and then work through the process of surviving with your disability. So meaning if you can't walk, normalize that you can't walk in your mind. Then it wouldn't be a problem. You will be in line and in agreement with the fact that you can't walk. But you'll have an understanding that, yes, I can't walk, but I still have to live.
The sun is shining for everyone.
The sun is shining for everyone. You are not struggling because you can't walk. You are struggling because everyone is struggling. That's part of life.
Everyone is going through.
Yes, I normally say we will never experience friction unless we are moving. If an object is at standstill, there's no friction. That rubbing effect, it needs movement. And is always opposite to your movement. So, whether you don't have legs, if I don't have money, you don't have money.
It's the same.
It's the same.
You're going to experience the same thing.
Exactly. If you are hungry, I'm hungry. We are hungry. So now, it's always easy for us to blame it onto something. But if you check another side, there's somebody who does not have both hands, both legs, but the guy is making a hell lot of money. If you want to talk about money, then what's different with him? And there's a guy with all hands, everything. Some
even the
they are-
mind.
Exactly. Some they are even brought up in wealthy family, but they're making nothing out of their lives. I'm not trying to talk down on yes,
I
but
get you.
you see, that's the power of your mind. So now, talking to somebody in a situation, all I can say is that you are not the worst. I saw myself as not the worst. I'm talking about a situation whereby from head to toes is a scar. And immediately when I woke up, I got to watch one of the World War movies whereby Hiroshima was bombed with the atomic bomb. I realized that these guys have seen the worst than what I saw. So, if you don't have one leg, you're not the worst. There's a guy who doesn't have both and the hands.
Since they were born.
Exactly. So, you can't say you're the worst.
Brother, this today episode just taught me how to appreciate life, man. Even when you're hungry, you don't have money, but be grateful that you have legs and you have arms, you have eyes. Still is a blessing. I think today's episode is like, life is a blessing.
Definitely.
My brother, it's been a pleasure having you. Otherwise, James, we are nominated as the best podcast of the year. You can just go and vote. The link is on the description. And or you can go to www.sasmaaward.co.za. There is you go to podcast of the year, then you vote, start from 251 vote. Thank you so much to those who are doing that, donating. Thank you so much to those who keep on praying. Thank you so much to those who are not skipping the ads. Thank you so much to those who are making sure they join the membership. We really appreciate it. We're humbled. We're always here working. It's not easy, but we're doing it. And God deserves the glory. Otherwise, James, how we out here?
We out.
We out.